It's weird how we've gotten here, and normally I wouldn't want to put a video together like this unless I was like dressed beautifully with a gorgeous background, which just isn't bad because I'm at my parents' house. But I'm not gonna have fully done makeup because I'm on vacation. I've been lounging in my pajamas all day and my baby hit me in the eyeball. So hi, my name is Anna. I am a non-aesthetic millennial, as you can tell, and I do not have a catchy little intro that I throw into the beginning of my videos yet because I am just now kind of slightly trying to maybe get an idea of what this channel is actually going to be about. In my first and only video that I posted, I did it 2 months ago on a whim where I was fed up with feeling like I had to wait until I looked perfect and had it all together. So I just recorded right there in my nightgown on my couch looking a hot mess and said, at least I'm doing it. At least I'm doing it. Now I made that video, I got really excited about it, and so then I did like a lot of like YouTuber research stuff, right? And then it freaked me out, and within 24 hours I was like, this is stupid. And so I intentionally didn't look at my YouTube channel again until today because I didn't want to see that no one had looked. I didn't want to see that I had 0 views. So I just didn't look at it. I'd even put it on my to-do list, delete YouTube. But then I happened to get on today, and then all of a sudden I saw that my video had 2 comments. So thank you to you who commented on my first video. 2 measly comments, but they were so encouraging to me to know that other people feel the same and think the same and resonated with my little random rant that I did on a whim. So fast forward a couple hours later from when I saw those comments, and through the use of ChatGPT, I have full on Enneagram Type 1 out in my planning over prep mode and have like a 17-page content plan strategy for YouTube. I know, it's ridiculous, and I'll probably never actually read all of it. Well, since my last time doing anything on here, I kind of had a mini life crisis. I realized I didn't feel aligned with whatever my actual values and hopes and goals and mission and purpose in life was. When it came down to the nitty-gritty, it wasn't like what the big titles and roles of my life were that weren't aligning, it's how I was carrying those things out. And so it sent me on this process of trying to slow down so that I can make room and focus on what really matters. But in this process, some of the things I've realized and learned about myself and how I was living versus how I am now, or what I'm striving to be now. I'm not there. I'm very much in the beginning process of this. But some of the things that I realized that I'm pushing up against in this process are that I'm not always on the same page with my spouse. So that's been a big barrier, just getting on the same page. It's not that anything is like necessarily in conflict about it. It's just that we've processed these things at different paces and in different ways because we're different people. And so having to work through not being on the exact same page and pace as my spouse, but still doing what I need to do for me in a way that doesn't alienate or estrange or hurt anyone that I love. I also have 3 kids at very different ages. So I have a 1-year-old, an almost 4-year-old, talk about 3-nager, and a 12-year-old, preteen boy, almost 13. Those are all crazy ages. And that is a lot to juggle at the same time. On top of that, I really want to create this peaceful family home environment, but I also work. And so I've been working on how do I streamline my work tasks so I still get what's most important done and what most aligns with who I am and my values, and the values of my work and the people I serve. So there's been times I've like blown up or ranted or whatever at my family. But overall, I'm learning so much that I just see as the path to peace. So I feel this peace coming from kind of knowing what my values are. Like I actually took time to articulate those values, to know like what the direction, not even the destination, but the path is. And I'm feeling like this inner peace. I don't even like that, so cliche of a term, but it really is like this peace on the inside that is growing. It's not perfect. It's not all the time, but it's growing to where I feel like I'm able to navigate like those difficult conversations with my husband, for instance, in a better way because it's coming from a place of me feeling slow and peaceful and calm. I feel more in tune spiritually, and I've let myself know that it's okay to be in process, not always arrived. Letting myself have the grace to know it's okay to be in process. So when I did that first video on a whim, I thought what I had done was so stupid and kind of embarrassing. And then I saw your comments and was like, wow, other people feel the same way, which it really encouraged me to be like, okay, maybe my getting up and just doing something, even if it's on a whim or just when the motivation strikes, but actually putting it out there and not having to be put together and curated, is something that can help other people do the same, and help me like continue to push the envelope and get out of my shell and fight my perfectionism. And maybe we can all just walk in process together, and see what comes of it as we go into this fuller life, this full life that God has for you and that you dream for yourself, is something that we can have if we're okay with embracing the messy, non-aesthetic process of it and be okay with being in process. What I'm really looking forward to as far as where to take some of this is I want to talk about family in this season of life right now, where I'm reprioritizing everything on what's best for my family unit and what do we need to clear out and make room for to get there. So along with that, like the next big thing that I kind of see this intersection with on this channel is simplicity. Like, how do we simplify our lives? Beyond like minimalism or decluttering, that's part of it, but beyond that, how do we just simplify and slow down our lives to be able to make room for what matters most? Spirituality is a huge part of that for me. So how does that play into our spirituality, kind of infused through all of that, and just keeping this whole theme of not always being aesthetic? Like, yeah, my ideal is that I get more aesthetic over time just because that sounds nice to enjoy life that way, but not in a way that feels forced and overly curated in a striving, stressful way. I can at least share what is working for me right now, or the things I have tried, or the things I'm experimenting with. So to sum it all up, I'm really learning what does it look like to make room for what matters most. If that means sacrificing the perfectionism and the curated aesthetic, then that's what I'm doing for now. And that's just an example, but it's like basically an analogy for so many things in life. I want to live a full life, not a busy life, not an overstuffed life, but a life that overflows. Everyone says like and subscribe, so I guess like and subscribe, but the comments are what means the most to me personally. So thank you for helping me getting back to it and not letting me give up. And I hope that this is another video and a direction that resonates, that adds value, and that we can be excited about.